Good morning.
Good morning.
Kristy,
Good morning.
your lighting and your background, and specifically that gold, is it a leopard behind you? I'm a big fan.
Yes. And it's funny. I get a lot of questions about this leopard when I'm doing Zooms, and I don't know where he came from.
I really like him. He's just like very curious.
I like him
Yeah,
too.
and he's got a lot of motion going
I
on.
was gonna say he's in motion. That's exactly right. I love that. That's so good. That's so good. Okay, so I mean, how are you feeling? Last day of school, is little Will already done?
All the tears have been shed. He's an elementary school graduate. I can't believe it. If it wasn't summer, like I love summer so much and it makes me so happy that things are okay. But
yeah,
man, we had such a good time. He was at St. Egbert's and we just loved every minute. We loved it. And I cannot believe that I have a middle schooler. So
Kristy, it's wild because I feel like I have followed you for a long time, and I feel like he was just a little tiny one. It's crazy when you said he graduated from elementary school. It's wild. Time flies.
I know.
He's almost my height. My friends were giving me a hard time because they were like, you don't let this child ride in the front seat. And I was like, oh, but he's so little. He's 5'3" and 105 pounds. He can ride in the front seat of the car. There are plenty of adult humans that are well,
that's a good point. That really is a good point. So Kristy, where will he be next year?
Well, we will see. I don't know. I haven't actually decided yet. So
got it. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just was curious.
Good.
I didn't know because
we're waiting to hear. We're waiting to hear. Basically.
Got it. Love that. I got it. Okay. Well, Walter is going to be in 8th grade, which is so hard for me to believe.
That's wild.
I know.
I can't believe that either, because I remember when you sold us this house and Walter was like, I mean, a toddler, like a tiny, and he came in, this house was so gross. It was like old and hadn't been redone. And he came in and he picked up a dead roach off the floor. And you were like, you probably have no recollection of that. But I remember you being
it sounds exactly like him.
Walter.
I know. Kristy, one day we need to come and film, like we need to walk Kristy's house. They did the most amazing job. Oh my God, you guys did such an amazing job. Man. Okay. I know we could just talk all day. So Kristy, okay, we are so happy that you're here. Guys, if you are just joining us, welcome. Happy Friday. Happy last day of school. We are so thrilled that we have Kristy Harvey here with us. Kristy, as you guys know, is a fabulous author. We are so lucky that she calls Carteret County home. And so she's joining us today, and we want to hear a little bit about how she got here and also about her new book that is coming out in July. So Kristy, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me. This is
Yay. Okay. Tell us a little bit about, just the brief version of, I think it's just so amazing that I remember first meeting you, like, well, I'm going to write. You're just starting to write. I feel like, anyway, just thinking about the evolution of that, and that now here you are, and you have how many best-selling books? 10?
Yeah. I think when we met, I had just signed with a literary agent, but I didn't even have a book deal yet, which is funny. So, I went to journalism school at Chapel Hill. I always loved to write, but I used to always say I would never write a novel, that I only wanted to tell real stories about real people. And I don't know what shifted, but I just started getting these story ideas. And I eventually thought, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to try to write a book, knowing that I would never get published. That wasn't even part of my thought process. And I just fell in love with it. And the way that it came to life in this very different way that I never could have imagined. And finally just decided, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try, I'm going to see if I can get an agent. And, I was really fortunate to sign with an agent and ended up winning a writing contest. And that's how I got my first book deal. And I say it like that because that's very unusual. But there was an editor at Penguin Random House that was a judge in this writing contest. And she bought my first book, Dear Carolina, out of this contest in 2014. It came out in 2015. And The Summer Songbirds is my 10th, which is unbelievable.
Since 2014/2015, it's now 2023, and under 10 years, you've written 10 books. That's insane.
That is insane.
That's awesome.
I remember texting you. I read Dear Carolina on a plane. I remember texting you and being like, oh my God. I was like, I just remember being like, Kristy, I cannot believe you wrote this. Just brain explosion. So that is really cool. I didn't realize that was kind of the evolution of it. That's a cool story.
Kristy, I have a really selfish question before we get into the nitty gritty of some of your favorite books. Where do you find your inspiration? Do you go on trips and write? I know some people who do that, or are you able to sit down from 9 to 5 and right?
You know, it depends. I mean, if I wait to be inspired, unfortunately, I will not meet deadlines. I mean, that's just the reality. So it's a little bit of both. I think when I'm when I'm thinking about new story ideas and when I get kind of that spark, like right now, I have several different things that I know I'm going to write. I know I'll write them eventually, but it's just like waiting for that spark. And I kind of got it recently. And unfortunately, I usually get it really late at night. And sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. And I know this is going to sound crazy because I write every single day, but if you don't harness that, it goes away. And I can't explain it, but I've learned that there's like something about when I wake up or it's like really late at night and I'm trying to sleep and I have that just like lightning bolt that I have to get up and do it, because if I don't, it's gone. Especially when I'm starting.
So that's so,
yeah.
Well, Kristy, one of the things I hear you saying that I heard you saying early on was that you kind of fell in love with the process, right? As opposed to the result, that you didn't come into it thinking that you were definitely going to have this book published or anything like that. But I feel like we talk a lot about the process, you know, and just that part of it is just doing it, right? And that then the outcome will come, right? If it's meant to be. But I just think, so do you still love the process now as much as you did when you first fell in love with it?
I do. And that's such an interesting, you know, there's so many careers that are so similar because you can only control what you can control, right? Like you guys can only control like what you're putting out there and how you're running your business, but you can't control whether the house sells. So you can't control that. So you just have to let it go. But yeah, it's exactly the same with me. I love the process because there's this like magical moment in every book. And hopefully it happens a lot of times where you get in this kind of state while you're writing where things are happening and you know that it's almost like you aren't making them happen. I don't know how to even explain it, but it's like the story's taking over, the character's going in this direction that you never thought. And I think you have to learn as a writer to trust that. And that's been really good for me because I'm not an outliner. I don't have like a full plan, but there's a lot of times that I think, well, this is what's going to happen in the end. And I'll start writing and the book's just going in a different direction. And I think when you can lean into that, you start to create something that's a lot better than what you would have originally envisioned. And so that's the part I look forward to, is like coming every day and thinking, you know, what's going to happen next? What's going to surprise me today?
I feel like that's a big picture piece of advice. Like when you were saying that, I was thinking of it in the context of like life and other things too.
Right.
Like you can't.
So true. I should write that down.
You should write that down. And what I think what you're describing is flow. Like, you know, like there's probably a better word for it than that. But I'm saying we all have that feeling when you get into something that you're doing and you're enjoying it so much so that it's effortless, you know, and it can
definitely
be like, and you're like, man, look what I did.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I've never had it in running, not one time, not ever. Just want to throw that out there.
So interesting. So y'all, obviously summer, you know, last day of school, summer's approaching / here. I mean, I guess in Carteret County, summer is longer than many other places. But I think whenever I think of summer, I think of reading on the beach. And that's a lot of people's favorite pastimes.
Oh my God, it's
this
so
season.
good. Yeah.
So we want to know from you, a clear expert, what, you know, of your books, I mean, what would you recommend for a great beach read?
Yes, I know. And who would you say is the ideal reader? So like if somebody's been living under a rock and they've never read one of your books, like would you just pick maybe 2 of them and tell us, okay, if you're the kind of person who likes this or that, then this is the book for you. Like, I love that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I do. I mean, because the Summer Songbirds is new, I definitely have to recommend it. It comes out July 11th. And it's really a book about summer camp. So if people love summer camp, they'll love this book. But it's about that feeling when you're young, like that first feeling that you have of just being free in your life and like not having your parents there and like that place that the world just feels like it's out there waiting for you. And I think we all have that place in our childhood. And I really wanted to recapture that in this book. So this is definitely, I mean, it's a summertime book for sure. And so I would definitely recommend that one. But also, I mean, I think my Peachtree Bluff series, it's set in a town based on Beaufort. It's 4 books. The first one's called Slightly South of Simple. And it's for, if you love the Gilmore Girls or any just kind of, it's Southern family drama is what it is. It is Southern family drama. It's 4 books of this crazy tight-knit family and these 3 sisters who all come to the table this one summer with their very personal dramas that kind of unfold. And their mother has a big secret at the center of it that kind of explodes their world. So it was really fun to write. And probably still, I mean, I laugh because they came out in 2017, 18, and 19. And then I did a Christmas book in 21. But I get the most emails about Peachtree Bluff still. Like it's just yeah, there's something about, I think, a series or like a town that
Yeah.
kind of works its way into your heart. So those two would definitely be my recommendations.
That's
So,
so good.
Kristy, we're going to post and tell us if there's a different link you'd like us to use, but we'll post your website in the comments so people can click over and get copies of their own, because
Yeah, they're all there.
For
And all
some-
the
yeah.
bookstores have
Yeah.
copies.
Okay.
And
But
support
they'll
our
have to
local-
wait for Summer of Songbirds until July 11th. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us, I know, Kristy, you're super involved in our community. You've got your stuff going on with your books and the launch and that kind of thing, but then also some other things that are going on. What's on your radar? What's coming up in your summer season?
Oh my gosh, there's so much fun coming up. So June 16th, everybody needs to get their tickets. The Maritime Museum is having this bow ties and boat shoes bash that is going to be so cute and so fun. It was the first year last year they did it. It was the most fun party. So get your bow tie, get your boat shoes, and come on June 16th. It's going to be really fun.
Cool.
And then June 23rd, one of my author friends is coming to town. We're going to do a luncheon. It's at the Coral Bay Club, but it's open to the public. It's through Beaufort Historic Site. It's part of the Old Homes Tour. It's a fundraiser for them. And we're going to be doing a luncheon. We're mostly going to be talking about her book, Reef Road. And her past as a soap opera star, which is going to be really fun.
That's
And
fun.
we'll be talking a little bit about the Summer of Songbirds too. And then I've got a couple of events for the Summer of Songbirds coming up also. There is an event July 21st at the Beaufort Historic Site, just on the grounds. And then there will be a brunch at Blue Moon on July 22nd or July 23rd. I think it's July 23rd. It's Sunday. It's a Sunday brunch. It's going to be delicious. And there are only 65 tickets. They haven't opened it up yet. But when they do, I feel like they'll go pretty fast because it's Blue Moon and it's brunch. It's going to be awesome. And there's going to be multiple courses that have to do with the book. And I'll be talking about each one.
That is so cute. What a fun idea.
Kristy, will all of those links to those events and stuff be on your website, or should
They're all on my website? They're all on my website on my tour dates. So yeah. And I think I said some of my dates wrong, but anyway. It's Saturday.
We'll put them on the website.
Yeah, they're there. That's perfect.
Lots of exciting things. Kristy, thank you. I feel like this is such
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Do you want to ask Kristy our final question?
Yes, I certainly do. Well, I'm excited, Kristy. I cannot wait to read Summer of Songbirds. I love summer camp, so I'm very excited about that one. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Okay, so Kristy, we would like to wrap up today by asking you, what is saving your life right now?
I love this question. So I have always been, I love Downtown Bar. It's been one of my favorite places since we moved to Carteret County, but just I had an injury and I don't know, I just haven't been as much. And lately I've just been kind of getting back in the swing and I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss this so much. And just that kind of sense of community that you have when you go there and just makes you feel good for the whole day. So that's especially right before a book comes out when I'm just very busier than usual. It's nice to just take that time, and I feel like it's a good reset, and it kind of clears my head a little bit. So
good. We love Downtown Bar.
Sam and Anna will love to hear that. That's such a good one. That's great.
Well,
thank you.
Yes, Kristy, thank you for being with us. Best of luck with graduation today. I mean,
I think it was last night. Was it
yesterday?
last night?
Yeah.
Man.
We're just getting on with summer.
Done.
Yeah.
It's
Enjoy
official.
summer freedom.
Yeah,
that's right.
I
Thank
know.
y'all so much. Thanks for doing this. And I learned about so many great things in our community from y'all. So thank y'all for always
that's awesome.
Well,
making sure to spotlight everyone. It's fantastic.
We loved it. Tell both Wills hello, and we'll see you this summer.
I will. Sounds good.
Kristy. Thanks, Kristy.
Bye.
I remember when when I saw her at Downtown Bar for the first time and she took one of my classes. This was years ago. I got so nervous because I was like a celebrity in my class right now. Texted my mom after. I'm like, Mom, Kristy Harvey's in my class. She's like, oh my gosh.
That is so funny. That's so funny. Well, I'm excited. I mean, I'm just really excited for her about this book, and I love the release. I love that all these things happen in our little community. It makes me really happy.
Yay.
It's great.
Do you have something that's saving your life?
Gosh, you know what? I think that what is saving my life is embracing summer. I think summer is such a tricky time. I think particularly if you are a working mom, a working parent, I think it can be such a tricky thing to kind of balance, how do you take advantage of time with your kids, but also still manage your responsibilities and the things that you have going on. And so I've just decided that I'm really going to get my head in the game this year and really just try and create little wins and little things that are different during summer than during the rest of the year. So so that is saving my life, that I get to choose how I feel about summer and how I make it special.
Go you. That.
How about you? What's saving your life?
Mine is a beverage. No, we're
Oh.
big beverage.
We are big
people.
beverage
Mary
people,
Cheatham,
yes.
for any of you guys who haven't been in a room with Mary Cheatham recently, she typically has 3 to 4 liquids.
It's three.
3, okay.
I mean, three is kind of my bare bones.
Yeah. None of which are alcoholic.
No.
Specifically during
Yeah.
the day, but they're all, a coffee, a matcha, a water.
Yeah.
It's hysterical.
Yeah.
But I found a liquid that I'm a big fan of. It's at Harris Teeter here in Moorhead.
Okay.
It's called Sound. It's a sparkling water. Everything's backwards. Perfect. It's sparkling water with tea and botanicals. And this one is grapefruit, lavender, and ginger tea.
Okay. And I've heard about Sound, but I haven't had it. So is this your favorite flavor?
Yes. I had the blueberry cinnamon one yesterday. I
Oh.
think it was blueberry hibiscus and cinnamon, and it was delicious as well. But it's not sweet. I mean, it has literally sparkling water, lavender, grapefruit, ginger, citric acid. Done. It's delicious. So
Okay.
it's a nice little, afternoon cap, nightcaps.
An afternoon cap or a morning cap in this case.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Happy weekend. Bye.